for today, is the best place in the world to be. So we came back here. Why Lakeland? Is this the center of the universe? No. My mom lives here. Frankly, I was working in Tampa more than 25 years ago, and Mom decided to move from Ohio to be close to her son. 6 months later, I was transferred to Brazil to do a startup. So I said, let's come back to here to be in Lakeland. We've really been visiting for more than 20 years. She's still here. And we said, let's come here to see if this is going to be where we want to be or we're going to go somewhere else. Well, Grace, who's right there in the middle, she had never lived in the States, although she's a real American. She was born in New York. She was abducted by her parents to go back to Brazil when she was 6 months old, but that's another story. She turned around and said, you know what? She fell in love with the place. And I was the first year commuting back and forth between Brazil and the States. It's a long commute, guys. People complain about 15 minutes here. No. But the fact was that we both fell in love with the place. The community opened their arms to us. They really did everything possible to make Lakeland feel home. And that's why we're here. This is now the center of the universe. Okay? So that answers your question, I would say.
Yes, thank you. So my next question is, there's a lot of meaning in the name of your establishment, Posto 9. Posto 9 is a very famous lifeguard stand on Ipanema Beach in Rio. And it is also most known for inviting everyone there and bringing people together, from crunchy hippies to liberal-minded Democrats to anybody and everybody is welcome at Posto 9. And it is about belonging and finding a place of acceptance. And so my question is, how will those values come to light at Posto 9, the Brazilian gastropub?
Well, first of all, when Grace and I, it was mere 19 months ago, decided to open a restaurant here. One of the things that we really believe in, the thing that we missed from Brazil, and was the one thing in our culture, is called cuisine. You know, we talk about art. Art is painting. Art is dancing. It's music, but it's also food. We have always, and I'm going to make all of you love my art. The key thing is about Posto 9, as Alice was saying, Ipanema Beach. Brazil's a country where we have its beaches along the whole country. The culture there is, we may say that it's one of the few places in the world where really diversity really means diversity. Yes, there may be social issues, there may be inequalities. The rich are really rich, the poor are really poor. But it's one of the few places in the world where you have Muslims and Jews right next to each other, not fighting. Okay? You have, yes, you may have blacks that have an issue in terms of climbing in companies, like in any type of place in the world, but they actually, people get along. Posto 9 for us, what is it really? It's a place that you go on a beach, be it young, old, white, black, homosexual, not. Everybody's on the beach, okay, with their friends and family, doing what? You think they're getting sun? No. It's one of the few places on the beach where people stand and they're conversing, they're spending time with friends and family. Diverse, that is what it's all about. It is a melting pot. So for us, when we said, let's bring, both Grace and I are not from Rio. I have worked in Rio. I used to live across the street from Posto 9, okay? I can tell you one thing, that is what life is all about, is getting people together with differences of opinion, but being in a place where everyone can be who they are. Posto 9 is exactly that. We want people from all walks of life to walk in our door and feel at home. That's what we designed Posto 9 to be. It covers all the demographics, it covers all the things. We have 13 bathrooms in our building. Wow. 13. They're all independent. We heard a few months ago about all this thing about bathrooms that you could have unisex and all stuff. You know what's written on our doors? We don't care.
I love that.
My idea.
Restaurants
What's my
are
idea?
typically one of the most difficult businesses to start and see success. Many actually fail within the first year, and yet your doors haven't even opened yet, and I think you're probably more successful than most. So tell us about what some of those successes have been and why you think you've seen so much success.
Well, for some reason, Grace and I, we saw there was a niche. Everyone wants to eat better. We're all tired of chains. Most of the people here, I'm sure you drive to Tampa or Orlando, eat most of the time anyways. You don't need to do that. And for us, it's well, what can we bring to a community that really deserves it? This is a wonderful community. I hear people all the time talk negative about this place. Forget that. You've got great talent here, you've got wonderful people here. You deserve more. You have to invest more in the city. Not warehouses, but things for people to live. So what is Posto 9? What we're doing? Why are we successful? Because we reached out to the community that welcomed us. We said, we're going to give something back. Okay? Yes, I'm a business person. I've done 10 startups. I have a little bit of idea what it means to do businesses. This is the first restaurant, by the way, guys. I've done all different types of things. But the key thing is why is it working? Because we reached out to the community. We gave this community what it's looking for. Now, how do you do that? You have to do your market research. You have to do your strategic planning. This is not some whimsical idea that pops up and say, this is the direction we're going to do. You have to do your homework. We did our homework. We allow a restaurant which hits all different types of demographics, because this is a place that has all different types of demographics, and it changes throughout the year. So by putting all this together, we had between the beginning of April and the end of August, 1.7 million people go through our Facebook page. Now, all we are doing is guerrilla marketing and reaching out with a story. We heard that today. You have to tell a story. People want to hear the story that we have. This place deserves a great story. It is now Lakeland and Polk County's turn to get its stage that it deserves. And that's what we're trying to do, is to get the word out.
Crushing it. Love it.
I love this guy right here. He's like the amen chorus. We're almost out of time, but I have one more question, and I'd like for you to talk about what being how a business and a business owner can be a good neighbor.
You know, we have talked about this before, and when we talk about a good neighbor, really it's called respect. It is love. I mean, who talks about love in business? I mean, that's a weird thing to say to a business person, but it's a fact. You have to have these things. You have to have the fundamentals of everything that's been discussed tonight, okay, within a business organization. It's the same thing that applies to how we work with our employees. We are a non-tip organization, but why? Because we have to respect the employees. We have to give them